Hey, so we're just going to do the talking version of this. I'm just going to remove the chocks, or you can set the chocks, but we're going to put the parking brake on. So we're just going to go over to here, click on menu. I'll just show you that under PMG setup options, and then you go to simulation, and then page 8. That's where you find the option between parking brake, simple, and realistic. I've got it set on realistic. I'll just go back. So to set it for me, I'll just turn this off. To set it for me, I'm just holding down my brake button and then tapping the parking brake button and it's on. To release it, I'm just holding down the brake button and it releases it. So that's pretty much what's happening. Hold down brake button, tap the parking brake button and it's on. I haven't had any real issue with the parking brake, but I understand how you can lock it. If you try to just pull the parking brake up and you haven't held down the brakes, it then becomes really difficult to release. So that's how you lock it, and you're just immediately in trouble if you do it that way. So, okay, we'll now go and contact GSX, and I'm just going to request pushback and departure. I've just purchased GSX. It looks like it's a good solution for pushback for this aircraft, the 777-300ER by PMDG. And the other little thing I did was I got rid of the Microsoft pushback truck because that's pretty annoying. It's not doing anything. So if you go into the aircraft.config file and you change the number to 0, then you can get rid of it. I'll put the description of how to do that in the description of the video. And then you pretty much can just watch this. So you got your parking brake on. You need to leave it on until she gets all the way sort of back with this process and finishes standing next to the pole. But yeah, she's just doing what she has to. If you're only using GSX just for pushback, it seems to be a bit expensive, but there's lots of profiles out there for all the different airports, and if you want to use the other features, then of course great. And it works as a pushback for this. I don't think there's anything better out at the moment as a pushback for this plane. So yeah, I've purchased it. It seems okay as a pushback function. I can't see any problem. This is YBBN. I'll include the link on flightsim.2 for the profile for this airport. There's also profiles for the actual cargo so that it rises to the right height, that sort of thing. I didn't know if I should buy it. Like, I still didn't understand if I bought this, is it going to work with this plane? And basically, that's the point of this video. It's going to work with this plane. You can get it to work with this plane. So, and it works quite good. I've tried a few different airports. Now, this is interesting. This pops up automatically with the option I've got. So, if you go into GSX settings, um, you've got the ability to make it pop up basically. I've turned off all of the talking mostly, and yeah, that's the settings that I've got set. So simulation, timings, audio, and then troubleshooting. So that's what I've got set up. So she's there. We just want to bring back up that menu, continue pushback, and we're going to do tail south. And we need to release the parking brake, so we're going to do that now. So all I'm doing is holding down the brake button, parking brake release, and then basically can go back. We can watch what's going on. I don't know how much you can configure where she walks, like her walking pattern, because there's a few instances where she's a bit close to the wheel as they're pushing the airplane around, and get a bit concerned there. But yeah, if you could change where exactly she walks, that would be cool. So I'm keen to know just how much we can configure GSX. But yeah, it looks really good. I did notice it was bouncing on the front wheel. Can you see? Like just there, it's just bouncing on the suspension as it goes along. So that's really cool. And then if we look at the back, there's no suspension bouncing or anything like that. It's locked, which makes sense. But it looks pretty locked to me. And then of course you got your wheels. They look pretty good. And then these wheels. I haven't really, I mean, I've seen them go red from braking, but I haven't really noticed anything else at this stage. But if you like coming down here and having a look at them, I guess you can get a bit more out of it. And the brake pins and the brake, all that sort of stuff, I'm not really sure. But I guess the more you come down here and look at it, you can notice the difference. Now, what you can do is you can do a full startup in that time. So you can basically do start if you wanted to, battery, start. You can put on emergency lights, all the window heats. You can put on these two, and then you can go down to here, turn this to off, turn this to auto, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just really making sure that APU is coming on. Just turn on our fuel, and then the 2 for the engines. So that one and then that one. So then that's all the engines set up, and then we all need to do is set up our parking brake. So I'm going to hold down the brake button, tap the parking brake button, let go, and then that's the parking brake set. And the engines should be coming along as we wait. We can just have a little look at the back of the plane. You can hear the APU. Yeah. So that's a good sign. And then yeah, that's pretty much everything. The Enduro's on. That's the full start of at least to fly. And then all you really need to do is set up your FMC. At this point, I'll just turn on the beacon. Maybe put a taxi light on. But yeah, not too bad. And then she's going to walk away. And that's all there is to starting up this plane. Those engines will just start up by themselves now. Can you see that taxi light? And there's the engine starting up. How good's that? You can see the engine starting up over here, and then of course over here. And then by the time they walk away, you're basically ready to go. So yeah, very cool. But just in the pushback time period, you can start up the whole plane. So from a flight simming game perspective, this is great. You can see how quickly I did that. How much noisier does it sound out here? Next to... I mean, I've been playing it a little while, and if you're just sitting in the cockpit the whole time, I don't hear very much. But out here, gee, not so bad. Can you hear that soundscape? So yeah, we can taxi away at that point. And she'll just disappear off in the distance. And all you need to do is take your parking brake off. Parking brake's off and you can go. So yeah, GSX for this plane, the PMDG 777-300ER. I think it's good. Thank you for watching.